Did you know that about 74% of Etsy shops never gonna make a single sale? But what I realized, especially working with clients, is that what keeps them stuck is not even the product quality, their skills, or their time. It's actually their mindset and myths that they believe that it's true. That's why I'm making this video, to share with you the top 5 most common misconceptions about selling digital products. The first one is thinking that if you spend 3 to 6 months to create the perfect digital product, it's just gonna make it easier for you to sell it. A lot of my students, and especially my clients that work closely with me, they keep pushing their launch date. They keep saying that they are not ready to launch because it's not good enough, it's not perfect enough. Then what happens is they spend 3 to 6 months and sometimes even more creating the perfect digital product, and when they launch it, no one buys, and that leaves them feeling so frustrated because they actually worked for free for 6 months and no one actually wanted that product. And that usually leaves creators thinking that they are not good enough, that maybe this is not for them. But the reality is that wasn't trust building, that wasn't any desire building, anything going on while the person was creating the product. So think about Apple. Apple doesn't just come up with a new iPhone out of the blue. They announce their new launches sometimes even a year before. They tease, they create anticipation, they show the product, they have demonstrations of the product, they have a lot of trust. And this is something that is crucial if you want to sell a digital product. You need to build the know, like, and trust factor, because people are not going to just give a random person their credit card and buy something if they don't even know what the product is, if they don't know the person, if they don't know that that thing is going to help them. So what would be a better way to do that instead? Something that I recommend to my students is to actually document the process as they build and focus on delivering value, focus on helping people and understanding what is the problem. So if you are creating, let's say, a financial planner, instead of just waiting until you launch to tell people, you are going to document yourself creating, the reason why you are creating, tell the story behind it, tell what is the cost of not organizing your finances. Just find different ways to tell stories and show how this can actually be a solution for a problem that they have and that you can help them. Because that's going to naturally build that know, like, and trust factor. So when you have your product ready for people to buy, it's going to be so much easier for them to say yes, buy it, use it, and recommend to other people. The next one is thinking that you need an audience to launch a product. This is something that keeps people waiting for a long time, sometimes even years, because they don't have enough followers, they don't have social media account, so they just keep waiting and waiting. But what they don't realize is that this is actually a way to protect themselves from getting rejected. Because think about it, it's so much easier to don't launch anything and keep trying just to get followers, because you don't have to actually put your product out there and get rejected and not get any sales, or don't have the results that you are expecting. What most creators don't realize is that it's by launching that you are going to grow your audience with the right people, because as you start launching, you are going to attract people that are attracted to your offer, that might become customers in the future, that might join your program, that might become a client. In my personal experience, nothing grows my list more than launching products. And the reality is, to sell a digital product, you don't actually need an audience. I actually made my first £1,000 without having a single follower, without telling any of my friends, any of my family, just my husband knew. And the way that I've done that, it was because I launched in a marketplace. And that's actually what I recommend to my students. If you are starting from absolutely scratch, launch in a marketplace, but also do your part to grow your audience as you launch. The next misconception misconception is thinking that the only way to make money online is to have a huge audience on social media. But the reality is there are so many people with millions of followers that don't make a single sale, and smaller accounts that are making six figures. So the number does not matter anymore. What matters is the level of connection and trust that you are able to build with your audience. And to be able to have amazing results, you only need 1,000 true fans. You don't need 1,000 million people. You don't need to go viral. You don't need any of these things. You just need to attract the right people that you are able to help. The next one is very common, and I nearly fell on that trap. If you are anything like me, when I started growing my Etsy shop, I was watching videos about how to grow an Etsy shop on YouTube, and most successful sellers, they had over 300 products on their shops. Sometimes, I'm not even joking, they had like 1,000 products, and I was like, oh my god, am I supposed to do that? How am I gonna do that by myself with a full-time job? And it was impossible. I felt that that was the only way to succeed, and in reality is not. Just having a lot of products on a shop does not mean that you're gonna have a lot of sales coming in, because yes, even though getting more products, it will increase your visibility, it might give you more chances to make sales. However, most of your sales are gonna come from just a few products. So why would you create like so much work and so many products that you are gonna have to manage them later on, if you could just create one product and make this really well and market that one product? Because you can go and do your own research. There are a lot of shops that have like 10 listings, sometimes less than 20 listings, and they are extremely successful. So it's not about the quantity. If you already have an Etsy shop and you want to start your own website, but you just don't have the time to start a website from scratch and think about all the things, the best time efficient option out there right now is Everbee Store, because you can literally transfer all your products so seamlessly to a website that is professional, that is AI powered, and you can get started for only $1 in the first month. I have a video on my channel going through the step-by-step, so if you are interested on that, you can go ahead and watch that video. The last myth, but it's such an important one, is thinking that you need to make money first before you can invest in yourself and in your business. And this is something that keeps people struggling for such a long time, because they are consuming content from everywhere, they are getting overwhelmed and confused, and if they invested the time and the money into getting a recipe, following a recipe from something that already done that work, that walked that path, it actually saves them so much money and time. Because one thing is a fact, people that pay attention. Most people that watch videos, tutorials on YouTube, they never take action. And something that my coach, James Wedmore, always says is that the transformation starts with the transaction. And this is so true, because when I was working full-time and looking for a side hustle, of course, I haven't made any money yet. So I had to invest from my own pocket, from working really hard in the hospital, and I had to use that money to invest in a $400 course to learn how to sell on Etsy. And because I made that investment and I paid in full, I actually felt like a little bit of pain when I made that payment. I put skin in the game. I need to commit to this and I need to make this work, because I just spent 400 pounds and I'm not gonna waste that money. I need to do something with it. So let's say you want to bake a carrot cake. Yes, you can try it yourself. You can spend hours and hours and days and months trying to find a recipe that works, or you can buy a recipe from someone else's that already made and that already baked over 100 carrot cakes, and they know exactly what it works, and you can just follow the step-by-step, just follow that recipe. And as you start getting confident, as you start getting results, so maybe your carrot cake is not going to be the best in the world, but you're still gonna get something, you're gonna get a result, and you can just improve from that. And I'm curious to know, was any of those myths and misconceptions a little bit surprising to you? If that was, don't forget to let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like this one too. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.